Hello guys, this is your boy T of X. Welcome to my trade documentation challenge. Remember, I'm documenting my trades just to show you how powerful is my trading strategy. I'm going to show you both winning and losing trades, and also I'm going to show you how I react, or to say my psychological levels during trading. So this is Boom 900 guys. This Boom 900, let me take you through this trade. Let me take you through this trade. So you can clearly see you are floating on sales. You are floating on massive profit. You are about to take our profit. So let me dive back into this trade to show you how I took this trade before setups and everything. Remember, this trade we are selling, but we are selling to buy this Boom 900. So on a smaller time frame, before I go to higher time frame, you can clearly see that there was a market structure shift to the upside. So after this market structure shift, I knew, okay, since I'm a liquidity trader, as the price was doing a break of structure to upside, there was a liquidity resting below this lows, which means I even drew a trend line to show you that there is a liquidity indeed, which means I'm going to wait patiently for the price to break structure to a downside. So now we can now start hunting this, which means I'm going to trade a sweep of this liquidity of which I was taking here. Let's go to a higher time frame before I can explain my entry and everything. So if you can go to a daily time frame, you see that this Boom 900 trading is all about patience, guys. So on this challenge, I'm going to take you through how I'm taking my trade. Maybe can be valuable and helpful to you. So you can clearly see on Boom 900 on a daily time frame, I've marked all my POIs. So you can clearly see the last move to ups to go up. Remember this move, there was a distribution to the upside here. Let me zoom so that you guys can see. So here the price did was swept this low. That is why I write in this double S. The price swept this low, which means there was a BOS after this, and there was a pullback to respect what this low, or to say tap into this other block. Then the market distributed to upside. I knew, okay, fine, since this low respected this low, it means there is a liquidity resting below this low. For me to take my price, I'm going to wait patiently for the price to take out this low and keep buying. But here my stop loss is going to be below this low, because this is my liquidity blow, the last liquidity to be taken. It took so many days, but I was buying all along here, what and there and there. But finally the price did what? Came to this low. Remember I said there is a liquidity resting below this low. Instead of taking this low, the price decided to induce buyers and break a structure to the upside. Most people, they took buys from here using this. Remember, there is a liquidity risk. Since I'm a liquidity trader, I know this is just an inducement move to trap buyers. Okay, fine. Most buyers, let's say buyers, they took trade using this order block or this low, which means they were tagged and the price distributed to upside, provided it did a break of structure to up, showing that now the price is shifting structure to the upside, showing a potential buy. Okay, fine, cool. But as a liquid trader, I wait patiently. I say I want this low to be taken out. So I'm going to zoom out so that you can see. Remember, this pinky line is what where liquidity is. But finally, what I wanted, the price did what? The price, after shifting structure, it went, took so many days, finally came with this week. The market did what? It took out this low. That is when I'm going to take my long buys for future. So immediately after taking this low, let me go to a smaller time frame, 15-minute time frame, to show you straight now, and then I explain my trade or what happened. So as you can clearly see on 15-minute time frame, you will realize that here this pinky line hub is the liquidity. What? The liquidity that was taken on a daily time frame, which means this move is the one which was taking liquidity down on a daily time frame. Okay, so immediately after this, the market distributed up to take out this this high, which means this is a market structure shift, internal market structure shift to the upside. Now that is the buy that I want, the real buy after sweeping the daily low. Okay, so after shifting the, I knew, okay, fine, there is a market structure shift, of course, yes, but as the price after shifting this, there was a multiple break of structure to the upside. I know worrying there is a liquid. Now the market is just building a liquid. Of course, it shifted market structure, but it's building a liquidity here. Why? Because immediately after this market structure, those were multiple break of structure returns. All those were respected. Liquidity was resting below this low. So which means, as a liquidity trader, I say, okay, fine, I'm going to wait. This is just a confirmation that the market is trying to push all the way up. Since the daily liquidity is taken out, the low, you didn't take on side. Okay, fine, cool. So immediately I waited. I even used a trend line for the setup to become much easier. So immediately after this low was taken out here, I would say now the price is no longer bullish, because why? The price shifted direction by taking out low. All along the price was respecting lows. Now I'll say, okay, fine, since there's a market structure shift to downside, I said, okay, now it's time for the market to sweep what? To target or to hand this internal liquidity before we have a strong push to the upside. Okay, fine. Immediately after this shift, okay, remember on a smaller time frame, I knew what this is the last high to what? To sweep this highs. Like immediately after this sweep, there was this strong move to downside, make a market shift. Okay, fine. This was the order block which made this change of character. So, okay, fine. I'm going to take my trade from this order block and put a stop loss above this high, because this is my liquidity block, the last high to take liquidity and shift the structure. And then that is why I went in for my sales here, and then my take profit is this low, this QML zone. Remember, this is the low which took a liquidity on a daily low, which means now I'm going to use this this liquidity here, this liquidity, but the last liquidity is here. There is a balance aligned with the what? The QML zone, which means I'm going to take my long buys from this zone. But now our trade in terms of a sell is so far so good. It's selling and it's pumping, and then we are going to take our buys from this zone. So I hope you have learned something from this trade. So I'm going to share all my trades, both winning and losing trade. Whenever I lose, I'm going to try by all means to explain how I lost the trade, what I think, and then what I think what I'm going to improve on the next trade, so that you guys can learn also. But anyway, stay tuned. So, and then the other thing, make sure that you like, you share, you comment, everything. I'm willing to help, and then make sure that you become part of this journey. I'll be documenting my trade for 2 months. That's to share the knowledge and everything. Like, so anyway, thank you guys. So as you can clearly see, I will say the trade almost is hitting our take profit, which means we're going to take our buys from here. We're going to wait for confirmation, then we take our buys. Anyway, this is your boy Tilo Effects. Thank you.